Great.
Okay,
great.
I'm sorry, I was just waiting for you.
Great.
Okay, congratulations, another fantastic
Thank you.
performance. And I have to ask you, Michael, does anyone ever get used to the phenomenon that is Harry Potter?
I don't know. I mean, I take it for granted. I've done 5 of these films. I turn up, do my job, go home, and the night before last in London when we premiered it, I got out the limo driving to Leicester Square. I got out, there were 4,000 children screaming, and then suddenly become aware of how big this thing is. I was frightened. The noise was deafening, screaming, and it was raining, and all the kids were soaked through, and their little autograph books were wet, and our pencils wouldn't work for the autographs, and I suddenly felt overwhelming compassion for everybody. And so we went along the lines, and Dan's brilliant. He signs every book, you know, and he religiously and talks to people. He's fantastic with them, but it's a responsibility.
Well, I was going to ask, I mean, what do you think it is? Just, I mean, aside from, you know, the fans loving all of the characters and the stars and everything,
Yeah.
but what is it about these stories that just keep us coming back?
I don't know. I suppose it's the fantasy, is it? It's the castle, it's the school, it's people in strange clothes, and yet Dan dresses like boys do today. And so it's a mixture of things, isn't it? I mean, I dress very strange with medals and long robes and silk things, and Snape dresses in black with a strange face, and Maggie Smith's a strange creature, and all these wonderful special effects, and the children wear T-shirts and jeans, don't they? So it's an unusual concept. I suppose they obviously love it, don't they? I can't really put my finger on why.
And it works, though.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
Yeah.
This is such a pivotal film for Dumbledore, and I thought you did such a spectacular job. And
Good.
I first want to ask you about even just getting ready and getting into the mindset of this character, from putting on the makeup and the beard and everything.
Yeah.
Is that the process for you to just kind of envelop the character?
Well, I mean, I turn everyone into myself, so I don't get into character at all. I mean, every part I play, it's just a variation of me. It's me wearing a stuck-on beard and a long robe. So there's not a question of much getting into character.
So you have magical powers then?
I must do. I could go like that, and I'm Dumbledore.
And then you just get to London, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
what
it's
you
me
can...
with a long robe and a beard stuck on.
But in terms of the performance of this, it's a real, you know, I don't want to give anything away, of course, for people who haven't read the books, but it's a different Dumbledore that we see in this.
Well, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's losing it. He's heading towards death. He gets killed in this one, and so he's losing it. He's ill. He's sick. His hand's falling off. He takes Harry on a long journey through seas and mountains and the wind blowing and there's creatures, and Harry has to take over and solve all these problems. And so it's the sort of the rise of Harry, maturity, and the demise of Dumbledore.
And yes.
And I fall out of the castle.
The passing of the torch, so to speak.
Yeah, passing of the torch.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about working with Daniel on this film, because you know, we watched his performance. We've watched them all grow since they were, you know, way high, and it is spectacular to see them have blossomed into such fantastic actors. But Daniel specifically, because he went off and he did a theater, and you're a theater man.
Yeah.
Do you think that helped him in his performance?
Oh yeah, it helps you to do stage because it gives you confidence. You stand in front of 1,000 people every night. You soon learn a lot about yourself and the way you act and how you speak, and where you can hurt at the back. You don't have microphones in the theater, thank God. So you have to speak from the diaphragm. And he learned all this, so he's just grown up.
And also in terms of the kids, amazing how well adjusted, and you know, they've just turned out so well. Is it because they live in London and they're away from the hype in Hollywood, or what's your take on that?
Well, they live normal lives. They live with their parents, and they have a hard job. They work from, you know, 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 at night, and they have nothing else to do. I mean, they're just quite disciplined. They turn up on time. They know their lines. They're keen. They know what the film's about. They know their script. They're lucky to have the 3 of those.
Yeah,
they're great.
Yeah, they are great. So are you. What was your last day of shooting like, Michael?
It's over a year ago. I've forgotten. I haven't done this for a year, you see. I finished a year ago.
Sad feelings, though? You're not going to be with this cast anymore.
Yeah, next year I'm a ghost.
Right.
I'm in the last films.
Well, I'd like to see you as a ghostly presence.
Well, it's just Dumbledore with a white sheet over his head, I think, with 2 holes cut. I don't know.
I look forward to it. You did a spectacular job in this.
Thank you very much.
Lovely talking to you.